Hello guys, it's your boy Dave Partner. When I was a kid growing up, I passed through schools and systems that put me into a lot of bullying situations. So I underwent a lot of bullying and eventually I started understanding bullying at a deeper level. And this video is gonna be really helpful to you. So one thing I want you to do is pay attention and watch the full parts. And secondly, share this video because there could be somebody undergoing this or suffering this bullying without knowing, because we know that recently somebody just died out of it. A woman that was a singer in Nigeria, she just died because her husband kicked her in the heart, according to the story. So bullying has four stages or five, as it may. So first one is verbal assault. That's how it starts, verbal assault. Secondly is verbal abuse. It graduates to verbal abuse. Okay. Thirdly, physical barricade. Fourth, physical assault. And five, death, murder. Okay, murder of the victim. The bully kills the victim. Okay, so what is this verbal assault? Quick summary: verbal assault is when the person is assaulting you verbally and you don't know what is really happening, but you know that you're under attack. For instance, bullies use a lot of questions. Once they are in that bullying mode, they use a lot of questions. Okay, and most of the questions starts with the word so. So you are telling me this. So are you saying this? So is this what happened? So this. A good example is you came too late. You came to work late, and your boss quickly attacks you. Okay, and how do you think the conversation is going to go? If the boss is a bully, what you're going to notice is he's gonna say something like, "So you're telling me you're just coming to work at this time?" You see, you're already under attack. You understand? Now you have to defend yourself. Come up with excuse why you came to work late. Now that sounds very subtle and right in that scenario, but the thing is that with bullies, they mount the questions. So after the first so, the moment you answer it, they come with another so. So the boss may come with, so you're telling me you're coming to work by this time. He said, no, there was traffic. Then he comes again. So you're telling me you didn't wake up on time to beat the traffic. Then you say, I woke up on time, but there was still traffic. Then it comes again. So you're telling me I'm paying you salary for you to be coming late? Three questions. So they stack it up. That's verbal assault. So now you're defending yourself. Now, if it happens once or twice, there's no problem. It's normal stuff. But if you undergo this every day, so you're telling me this, so you're doing this every day, they are mentally assaulting you. You understand? What's going to happen is that your brain will start getting accustomed to that verbal assault. You start becoming used to it, but then what it will cause is that you become defensive. Now, children that grew up in families where their parents, sometimes parents can be bullies to their children, so their parents or elderly ones are bullies. What you notice in the life of the children is that the children become liars, impulsive and compulsive liars. Once you ask the person something, they just lie immediately, because what? They grew up becoming defensive. All right, so the slightest thing, before they even think, they have already lied. There are people like that. They don't know why they're lying. It's in their childhood. All right, when you ask them something, quickly they have already lied. So once you allow this verbal assault to continue, you become a defensive human being in that environment. If it's a marriage or relationship, you're always defensive. All right, and you think that defense is going to solve the problem? No. All right, nothing stops a bully. They just keep graduating. If you stop them if they verbally attack you, you can't solve it by apology. It can stop it for a day, but tomorrow they're gonna come back. All right, you can't do it by restitution. Trying to solve the problem. Okay, what do we do? Take this. Let me take that. They will come back again. That's a bully for you. So what do you do in the case of verbal assault? How to solve that verbal assault issue? It's simple. If a bully verbally assaults you, the only language that bullies understand is bullying. If they are trying to bully you, you have to bully back. That's it. Or you leave that environment. It's too toxic for you. So there are situations where you leaving the environment is better than trying to bully back. There are situations where bullying back is better than leaving the environment. For instance, if you run into someone on the road and there's an altercation and the person is trying to bully you, fine. Moving away may not solve the problem. Maybe you have to stand your ground and bully back. But if you're in a situation where the bully is your benefactor and they still have to release your school fees after the whole bullying, maybe you have to start looking for a way to leave. So how do you solve the verbal assault thing? Once somebody is verbally assaulting you, you have to take whatever they give you, spin it, and give it back to them in such a way that they are to blame. The whole verbal assaulting is that they are taking a situation and putting the blame on you. So you take that same situation, turn it around, and put the blame on them in the same question manner. So if somebody says, so you're telling me you're coming to work by this time, you say, so are you telling me that I'm the only person that came to work late? Or are you telling me that somebody cannot come to work late at times due to some certain situations? You understand? So you see, it's better than saying, oh, I'm sorry, there was traffic, oh, this, that. Or you can say, are you telling me that there cannot be traffic on the way that will prevent somebody from coming to work late? You see, that's stronger. And even though you're presenting your reason, you're not backing down. So once you hit a bully with that, what you notice is that they laugh. They'll be like, why are they laughing? Because their own bullying, when brought to their face, shocks them. They are surprised. they have not experienced something like that. So bullies don't usually undergo bullying. Maybe they underwent bullying in the past that made them bullies, but at the time they are bullying, they don't really know how the other person is feeling. They are just overreaching their steps without knowing. So if you spin the question around and give back to the bully, it usually shocks them. They'll be like seriously? You say yes now. So when somebody is verbal, there is, for instance, financial bullying in the sense that when you make a transaction with someone, let's say you bargain with someone to provide a service, let's say an electrician or something, and they have fixed your light and everything. Let's say you guys agreed on 10,000 naira, and that was the agreement, and they have done the service. And when they come to collect the money, you count the 10,000, give it to them. Guess what? A bully will take that 10,000 and ask you for more. So they will show up and be like, this is too small. Why don't you add another 5,000? Do you know how I suffered to get this job done? That's a bully. So are you telling me that this 10,000 is enough? It's not enough. He's trying to bully you to get more out of you. So what do? You spin the whole situation and bully them back. Take their exact formula, just put them to blame. So for instance, what I would do in that situation is to say, okay, give me the 10,000. I don't even think that the work you did was worth the 10,000. You should take 5,000. Okay, give me 5,000 naira back. This works 100% of the time. Try it next time an artisan is trying to play that bullying trick on you. All right, try it. It works, because what will happen is that they back down immediately. All of a sudden, that 10,000 they said was not enough, all of a sudden becomes enough. Another way is to go on the offensive early, become the bully. So if you guys agreed on 10,000 and you notice that this guy has already started murmuring while doing the job, what do? When you're going to pay them 8,000. Start complaining about the job. I don't even feel that you did this connection well. There was something else I have in mind. It took you too long to do the connection. Okay? You don't even deserve up to 10,000. I'm not sure I should give you up to 10,000. You give them the 8. What you notice is that they now start campaigning for the 10. Then you give them the remaining 2,000. That's it. So once you notice a bully, you have to go on the offensive immediately. That's just it. All right. So everything with bullying is go on the offensive once it comes to verbal assault. So the next step is verbal abuse or emotional abuse. This is the time they start calling you bad names, bad words, using some profane words to refer to you. And that's when it starts entering you emotionally. When somebody starts calling you that you are nolodo, all those names, bad names. Some parents call their children those names to the point that the children actually become dumb. If you call a child dumb all the time, one day they become dumb. And then they start using the same language on others. That's how bullies are made. All right? So you have to be careful when somebody starts using bad words on you, you have to stop it immediately. So once a bully uses that word on you, bad word, you're a slut, you're a harlot or whatever, call the person to order immediately. In fact, some bullies use it playfully, very playfully. Somebody you are dating will call you a shower very playfully, but it's already affecting your psyche. You understand? So you have to call it to order immediately because they're trying to bully you. In that case, once it comes to emotional abuse, you call the person and say, please, I don't like this. Never you refer to me with any of these kind of bad words again. With bullying, you draw the line immediately because once a bully makes one step, you don't move. They make the next step, you don't move. One day, from calling you Olosho or Ashawo, they will graduate to calling it to your mom and your family members, and then they start using all sorts of words on you. You know, you can hide or go through all that in the house. Once you come outside, you think that everything is over, but mentally you've been affected, and then you start reacting to others as if they are the ones that did that to you. That means it has started affecting your relationship. Imagine a woman that got emotionally abused at home with words by her husband. She gets to work. Now her boss is trying to talk to her. She uses the same words her husband used on her to her boss. Now she has lost her job. You understand? Same thing with a man that has just finished quarreling with his wife. He goes to work. The next staff messes up. He lands on the staff with verbal assault, or abuse. So when it comes to emotional abuse, you have to stop it immediately. Call it what it is and tell the person, I know this is what you just did. Please don't you ever try it again. Period. No apologies, no explanation. That's how you stop that, okay? So one thing you have to know is that when people are bullying you, they don't care what the consequences are. So when you are fighting against a bully, you shouldn't care what the consequences are. You get what I'm saying? So when a bully is trying to bully you, they don't care. So if you're defending yourself, you shouldn't care. If you lose what you have to lose, let it be. You understand? It's different from stopping a bully is different from being rude. Have to know where to draw the line. Okay? You can draw the line against a bully without insulting them. Okay? Well, unless they're insulting you. So physical barricade. This is a stage in bullying where the bully gets to a point where they have emotionally abused it to a point and they see that you don't do anything. One day they barricade you from accessing what belongs to you. A good example is you come late to work again, your boss locks the gate. Now you're outside. Physical barricade. Okay, and you're knocking, you're pressing the bell and everything, and he instructs people not to open the gate for you. Now, that is in the workplace, but look at the home. Imagine that you as a man, you own your house, you came back late by 8, your wife has locked the door. You are knocking, the wife is still on the parlor, and you can see the wife through the window, and she's sitting there, she doesn't want to open. Is it a house? No. In the real sense of it, you are the one that paid, but now she's bullying you by barricading the door. No person will wake up to that level of barricade in one day. It must have started from verbal assault, emotional abuse before it gets to that point. And the thing with bullying is that once it gets to any of the points below, the bully will have to perform all the other ones again. So let's say a husband locked out his wife, because he was calling the wife in the afternoon, the wife did not pick. Now the wife is back from work. The husband locked her out. By the time she finally opens the door, what you're going to notice is that the husband will go to verbal abuse again. You must be a harlot. That's why you're coming back late. This, that. After that, the woman will try to explain what happened. He will go back to verbal assault. So you're telling me that you can't pick my call. You're telling me that if I'm in a meeting, you're telling me that. So you're telling me this. At the end, this is where it ends for the day. Another day, they will try another type of physical barricade. A good example is for this person to go to your workplace and start a fight. There are ladies, there are women that have done that. They go to their husband's workplace and start a fight. Why? Because they want the man to be sacked. They're trying to deny the man, that's the denial of service, what he truly wants or deserves. So when a bully gets to that point, they are trying to deny you of something. You understand? So what do you do in the case that a bully denies you of something? You have to show them that you can also deny them of something. For instance, me, if you lock me out of my house, the following day, you're going back to see your mama. And I'm saying for 2 weeks, something like that. All right. If somebody prevents you from parking your car in the right place, good. Next time you prevent them from parking their car in the other place. Then you guys can come to talk. You say, you see how it feels? I don't want you to ever do that again. Now, in some scenarios, you can just go and call the police. If it's a situation with a neighbor or something, you don't want to go get into any physical confrontation, go and call the police. Let the police get involved in settling it. So once somebody physically barricades you from something, you have to do something immediately, because the next stage is going to be more dangerous. You understand? So if it's something you have to call the family and friends to settle it, you call them, let them settle it immediately. Don't think that this person will repent. They might apologize a little later and everything, but just know that a worse one is coming. And what is that worse one? That they're going to physically assault you one day. Another day you come home, you come late to work, and your boss slaps you. Now, one thing you have to notice in all these explanations so far is it doesn't mean you are not wrong. What bullying is not when you are wrong or right. It's how the bully reacts to that situation. So it doesn't mean you did not come too late again. No. What bullying is how the boss is reacting to it, how your wife is reacting, how your husband is reacting. Even children can be bullies to their parents. There are children that are bullies to their parents. They're going to eat what the parents does not want. If the parents talk, they will just smash something on the ground and walk away, and the mom is crying. Small child like this, 5 years, she's already bullying the mom. You get? Because what? The mom was giving her free hand, or him free hand, over and over. And then it gets to that point of physical what? From physical barricade to physical assault. So when it comes to physical assault, many things you can do. Just like with every other bullying scenario, you always have the option of walking away. If you're in a company where the boss is always verbally abusing you, why not leave the company? Make your plans and leave. You understand? Because your mental health is better, because you might be leaving and going back from work, and you're thinking about the exchange of what happened in the work, and then you crash into another car. That has turned into another problem. So with everything that has to do with bully, give them a space. You only fight back when you don't have the option of leaving. If it's a marriage, leave, all right? Until the person's brain correct. Okay? So, physical assault. Very important. Physical assault. So if a bully attacks you physically, if you can fight back with everything you have. All right? But once that fight is over, go and call police. Do everything you have to do. Leave the situation. Leave the marriage. Call their people. Do what you have to do to make sure that it never repeats itself again. Ever. Okay? So finally, if you leave the physical assault, it might happen once. One day he slaps you, another day she slaps you. Their husbands that their wives slap. One day she slaps you, you let it slide. Another day she slaps you, one day she will pour hot water on you. Now that can result to death. One day you can be sleeping, she will stab you to death. Many people have died like that. You get what I'm saying? One day the husband can kill the wife, like the one that just happened. The man hit the woman on the chest. She now had a blood clotting in the chest, and then she died. She was in coma for 5 years. She died. And then when she died, the story now came out that the husband has been beating her. People around, even her siblings, knew that the man has been beating her. But if they had known the stages of bullying, they would have known that death is coming. Which they didn't know. They have been begging her to leave the marriage. They're thinking you can't negotiate with a bully. And now the thing is that the victim, once you buy this one, you understand, buying this one becomes easy. By the time the victim is here, they can't even leave the relationship, because they don't know, they have mentally been cornered into a box. So if you're telling them something from outside, they can't understand. Sometimes you have to forcefully resolve the situation. You understand? So from now on, I hope you now understand what bullying is. So once somebody is verbally assaulting you, you have to turn the question and assault back. If somebody says, "So why didn't you call me?" What do you respond? So if I didn't call you, you won't call me. All right? So once you see, "So why didn't you call me?" the person is trying to bully you. So you have to turn it around and put the blame on them. So if I didn't call you, you won't call me. If I don't reach out to you, you won't reach out to me. Is that what you're trying to tell me? And what you notice is that most bullying, they try to ask 2 or 3 more questions to reverse the situation. Since you know what is happening, every time they bring a new question, you reverse it. By the time they try 3 or 4 times, they give up. You understand? And for the first time, for most bullies, they start seeing where they are wrong. Most bullies don't ever see that they are wrong. So verbal abuse, when they start using bad words on you, what do? You halt it immediately. Warn them, please don't ever call me that again, ever. All right? Then physical barricade. Okay, physical barricade. There are these celebrities. The white husband was saying that he left the Nigerian woman, and he was saying that the lady was saying that she regrets giving birth to their daughter, because the lady just gave birth to their second daughter, or is it third daughter, and then the man left the marriage within a week. So when the man was saying, he said that the lady kept saying that she regrets giving birth to their daughter, calling all sorts of bad names to the newborn child. And the man was telling her, "Don't do that again, don't call her again." And she repeated it. The man just said, "It's enough." The man snapped and left the house. So where were we? That is at emotional barricade level. If that had continued, one day the lady is going to hit the man. And who knows whether she has been hitting him. Now, the thing is that most men would never want to agree that they have been undergoing abuse in their marriage. If they were physically assaulted, most men would never tell anyone that they are physically assaulted. The only thing you ever hear about emotional abuse when it comes to men is that the man is dead. The woman killed him. That's the only time you realize that something happened. Outside that, you will never know that things has been going on. Then physical assault and death. Okay, so once you see anybody ever get to physical assault, you should know that these ones have already happened and that person needs rescuing. Even if they are saying they don't, they need to be rescued from that bully. All right, guys, thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. All right, and watch out for my next videos.